welcome to your Vinyasa practice. You're sitting with Serafina Dawn. For class today, have 1 or 2 blocks, and then make your way to easy sitting pose. You can sit cross-legged using a bolster or a block if you need the extra support in your pelvis. You can also sit on your shins, both are great, okay? And then to start, bring your hands to prayer, to Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes, take a couple deep, full body breath to gather here. Using the exhales to really ground, feeling all parts of yourself touching the earth, feeling rooted and established. And then allowing the inhale to be the inspiration, so getting longer from your sits bones out the crown of the head as you inhale, really feeling the spine lengthen. So we'll open our practice with one sound of Om, the primordial sound that connects all living beings. Take a full inhale. And then open your eyes. So to begin, we're going to start with a heating pranayama called breath of fire. It's a sharp inhale and exhale. If it was done through the mouth, it looks like this. My belly's pumping. It's done through the nose, so it looks and sounds like this. And the inhale and exhale are even, so it's an active inhale and exhale to pump the belly, to stimulate your Agni, your spiritual and digestive fire. If you're menstruating or you're pregnant or you're already feeling really hot today, you're not going to do this pranayama. You can just breathe normally, okay? You're going to bring your hands up over your head, bring your fingers into your fist, and your thumbs stick up. Okay, so to warm up, to start building heat in our bodies, we're going to do this pranayama for about a minute. Take a full inhale. Out your mouth, exhale. And then seal the lips. Here we go. Inhale, take a big breath in, bring your thumbs to touch above the crown of your head. Hold the breath on full, little draw of the chin to the chest. Pause here, retain the breath. And then exhale, lower your hands down to your thighs, sit up nice and tall, and just observe how you feel after that heating pranayama. Okay, and I created a Spotify playlist for this class, so if you have the music available and you want some sound, you'll start the Spotify playlist now. And then come on back to your seat, and we're just going to take Sufi grinds. So seated, you're going to start to draw circles with your torso, and you'll feel in your body, the smaller you go, the less extension it is in the side waist. The bigger you make your circles, the more you're going to feel it in your mid-back, the lower back, and the side body. And then you can close your eyes and just begin to spiral gently here. So the pranayama we use throughout practice in Vinyasa is Ujjayi. It's an inhale and exhale through the nose. And then ideally you're linking your breath to each movement. So here, breathing long and deep, and then take your circles in the opposite direction. we're gonna use the breath of fire throughout practice today. If it doesn't serve, no problem. No, you can always take Ujjayi breath instead, okay? Last circle on this side, and then sit up nice and tall, pause. Great, and then let's come onto all fours. As you make your way into tabletop, you'll walk your hands a little forward, your legs a little back, and we're gonna come right up into downward facing dog. So in your down dog, you want your feet hip distance, and then bend your knees. This gives space to our low back instead of compressing the sacrum. Bending your knees, root down through the parts of the feet touching the ground. So for a lot of us, that's the pad of the foot, and then press down with the pad of the foot and lift the tailbone towards the sky. And then coming into the arms, you're really rooting down through your knuckles, your finger pads, the thumb, really active through the arms to take the chest towards your thighs. Nice full stretch for the back line and the side waist. 5 breaths. Soft gaze or eyes are closed. 2 more here. Great, look forward. Tiptoe your feet to the top of your mat. Feet are hip distance, and to measure this, it's 2 fist width between the arches, okay? And then same thing in down dog. Bend your knees a lot, let your belly come towards your thighs. Crown of the head comes down towards the earth. And then rooting down through your heels, press the feet down. Keep the knees bent as you slowly roll up, letting each vertebra stack as you come on up to stand. Great, mountain pose. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. We'll start with a few sun salutations. Inhale, wide arms. Maybe take your gaze up towards your hands. As you exhale, bend your knees as you bow, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, flat back. Hands can come to your shins to assist the lengthening of your spine. And then exhale, bow, hands to the ground. Step your left foot back, left knee lowers for Vinyasa, low lunge. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky, full breath in. Full breath out, hands come down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, wave forward into plank pose. There's a little pause in plank. And then exhale, bend your knees, roll back, downward facing dog. And then we're just gonna pulse like this here. Inhale, ripple forward. Chin comes away from the chest very last. There's a little pause in plank. Exhale, bend your knees, press your palms into the ground as you slide back. 3 more. So really drawing out the breath, articulating the inhale as you move forward, exhale as you roll back. 2 more times. Last one. We'll meet in down dog. There's no rush. Once you're in down dog, take a full inhale. Hug your lower ribs in as you exhale. And then inhale, left foot lifts, 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, left foot steps forward between your hands, lower your right knee. 1 breath, low lunge. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your palms, back toes tucked, back knee lifts, step forward and fold. Inhale, flat back, draw your heart forward. Exhale, bend your knees and bow. Inhale, slowly roll up to stand, letting your head stack last. Exhale, mountain pose, roll your shoulders back. And then same thing, other side. Inhale, hands up, maybe tip your gaze to your palms. Exhale, bend your knees, bow, heart, hands towards the earth. Inhale, flat back, little bend in the knees if you need it. Hands can come to shins. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knees lower. Full extension from hips to your armpits. Vinyasa, lengthen and lift through the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then those same spinal rolls. Here we go. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Exhale, down dog. Okay, you got 4 more on your own. Maybe giving yourself a little hover time in plank to build heat. Exhale, roll back. 3 more. Moving with the rhythm of your breath, take 1 more cycle. Great, let's all meet in down dog. In down dog, bend your knees, take a full breath in. Full long exhale, press the ground away with your hands and your feet, resist to create space. Then inhale, right leg extends towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps forward, left knee lowers, low lunge, 1 breath. Exhale, lower your palms, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step forward and bow, feet are hip distance. Inhale, lengthen, draw your heart forward. Exhale, bow, bend your knees. Inhale, slowly roll up. Exhale, mountain pose, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin away from your chest. Great, inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, bow. We're gonna build on where we've been. Inhale, flat back, draw your heart forward. Exhale, step your left foot back, pardon me. You can lower your knee down to the ground or keep your knee lifted. Inhale, take your hands towards the sky. We're in high lunge, high crescent lunge. If you're with me and your back knee is lifted, bring your hands to the back of your waist. Draw your left hip back, your right hip back, your left hip forward. So you can feel with your hands that your pelvis is facing the front of your mat. And then, for me at least, I'm really tight in my quad. So I need to bend my back knee in order to create space in my pelvis so my hips are symmetrical, okay? So you can straighten your leg or bend your knee a little bit, no problem. Bring your hands up overhead. We're gonna take that same mudra with our thumbs pointing up, and then it's breath of fire here for about a minute, okay? Here we go. Great. Inhale, if your back knee's lifted, straighten both legs. Bring your thumbs to touch above the crown of your head. Hold here. And then exhale, bend both knees. Lower your hands down on either side of your front foot. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Lizard pose. Walk your right foot wide of your mat. You might shimmy your left foot back. And then just make sure that your heel is in front of your knee or under your knee. This is where you might use your props. So in this, as your pelvis lowers, keep gently reaching the heart forward as opposed to bowing into this. Express the chest. You can stay upright on your hands. You can also lower your forearms down to a prop, okay? And then if your forearms are down, you're gently pressing the forearms into the hard surface and lengthening your heart towards your palms. Okay, let's take 5 breaths. Really breathing into the spaciousness of your side waist. Send your breath all the way up into your armpits. Last big breath in. Long exhale. Great. Come up onto your hands. You're going to slide that prop out of the way. Keep it close. And then bring your left knee in so it's under your hip. And then slide your right foot back. So we're going to come into a hovering tabletop. Okay? Hands under shoulders, knee under hip. Draw your right foot up away from the ground. And now take a peek back. You want to make sure your pinky toe is facing your mat so your hamstrings are doing more work here and not your glutes. Okay? And then bend your knee. And then it's a little pulse up and down. Up and down. And as we do these, knit your lower ribs in, puff the mid-upper back. So we're really strengthening all the muscles that attach along the spine. Our erectors on the front and back body. The erectors are on the back body, but we're also doing core, which is what I mean by muscles on the front. And then notice I'm going really slow, yeah? We're not swinging the leg, we're using really slow movement to activate the deep stabilizing muscles. Press down through all of your fingers and all parts touching the earth so that back foot is also really stable, secure against the ground. You got about 15 more seconds. For the last 10, you want to add a little extra spice. You can hover your left hand or reach it out in front of you. Let's go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you got this, 2, last one. Great, lower hand and foot down to the ground. We're gonna take 2 cat-cows to flush that out. Inhale, draw your heart forward, tilt your tailbone back. Exhale, cat your back, hug the navel in, draw your chin to chest. And then one more. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round and curl. Great, inhale, lift your chest, come forward. Exhale, walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. 3 breath in, down dog. We're gonna skip the chaturanga. Press down through your finger pads, root down to lift and gain more length through the back body and the side waist. And then next time you inhale, take your left heel up towards the sky. And then step your left foot forward. We're coming into warrior 2. So you're gonna lower your right heel down to the ground so it faces the right, and then come on up. So as you rise, let's do a little alignment check. You want heel to heel alignment, okay? And then you want, like we were in lizard pose, your front knee is stacked over your heel. Your body likes when the joints stack. Your muscles can wrap and hug around the bone to support you better, okay? And then from here, bring your hands to your pelvis. So you always want your pelvis to be fluid, not fixed, okay? And in this, depending on where you're tight, you want your hips about level. So you're not like popping up on the back, and you're also not askew at the front. So you should be able to see the instep of the front foot, and then your pelvis is about level, okay? And then once you got your foundation secure, take your arms out to either side. And then soft hands, soft through our hands, allows us to be soft through the full length of the arm and the shoulders, yeah? There should be ease and spaciousness in all these poses. And the first step to that is a deep breath. So inhale, exhale, settle. 4 more breaths here. Breathe yourself bigger from the inside out. 1 more full breath in. Press down through both heels as you exhale. Great. Inhale, straighten both legs, reach your hands up overhead. And then exhale, bend your front knee, lower your hands on either side of your front foot. Lift your right heel, and then simply step to the top of your mat and bow. Feet are hip distance. Inhale, lengthen, reach your heart forward. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Press down through the heels, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, turn the palms forward, mountain pose. Take a moment here. Observe how you feel, what's shifted. And then inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, bow, hands to the earth. Inhale, flat back, reach your heart forward, press down through your heels. Exhale, right foot steps back. So we're coming into high or low lunge. You choose. If you're coming up with me, hands to the back of your waist, okay? Press your left hip back, your right hip forward, and then you can bend your right knee, especially if you have a tight hip flexor or quadricep, yeah? And then we're gonna bring our hands overhead, fingertips into the palms, thumbs are up. So this shape, this mudra is actually from Kundalini. It's called Ego Eradicator. And here we go, breath of fire or breathing long and deep into your lunge. About 1 minute, here we go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Straighten both legs. Bring your thumbs to touch above the crown of the head. Pause here. And then exhale. Bend your knees. Lower hands on either side of your front foot. Your right knee is going to come down. Lizard pose. Walk your left foot out to the far edge of your mat. And then ideally you're coming into a similar shape that you took on the other side. So either staying up on your hands, this is great. Or if you did so on the other side, perhaps your arms come down to a block, okay? And so you should feel this. This is getting the front of the back leg, the psoas, your hip flexor, and then the groin's the underside of the left leg, okay? And then once you land, try to be still and just breathe. 5 breaths. Last full breath in. Long breath out. Come up onto your hands, set your block to the side, and then press down through your palms, scooch your right knee forward, okay? And then you're sliding your left foot back. So we're coming into our hovering tabletop. Look at your hands, make sure they're under your shoulders, your back knee's under your hip. You can tuck your back toes for a little bit of extra support, and then lift your left foot. Take a peek, make sure your hip is facing the ground, and then zipper your lower ribs and puff the back of the heart towards the ceiling. And then with that integrity through your torso, bend the back knee, and you can flex or point the foot, both are great, okay? And then it's little tiny slow lifts. And now as you take these, imagine like you're pulling your hands back towards your kneecaps. It's an isometric contraction, so we're engaging the muscles without physically moving. Okay, we got about 20 more seconds in this. Breathe deep, Spread your breath into the sides of your waist, your rib cage. Get brighter from the inside out. Last 10 seconds. Here we go. You can lift your right palm for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Exhale, we lower. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a long exhale. 2 more breaths like that. Full inhale. Long exhale. Last one. Great, and then inhale, right foot comes up towards the sky. Exhale, right foot steps forward. We're coming into warrior 2. Your left foot will lower, heel comes down. Cartwheel your arms up to either side, and then take a little, you're gonna do your little fit check here. So starting at the feet, you want approximately heel to heel alignment. Press down through the outer edges of the foot, so we're really sealing the pinky toe side, especially of the back foot. The tendency is to roll in, press the outer edge, like you're cutting into something with the knife edge of your foot. And then make sure you can see the instep of your front foot, okay? Hands on your pelvis. And then once you have the security in your torso, you're firm, you can draw your arms up to either side. And then there's a softening through the arms. Okay, 5 breath here. With every inhale, get longer, moving from the inside outward. So imagine like you're stretching from the center of your being and then moving out from there. So perhaps working from the heart across the chest, through the arms, out the fingertips. You could also imagine that you're moving from your navel point and then radiating out from the navel into the legs. Last big breath in. Big breath out. Great. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach your hands up overhead. And then exhale, bend your front knee, lower your palms on either side of your front foot, lift your back heel, and then step forward and fold, feet are hip distance. Inhale, flat back, draw your heart forward. Exhale, bows. Inhale, slowly roll up, root down through your heels. Exhale, roll your shoulders back, take your chin away from your chest, turn your palms forward, Tadasana, mountain. Okay, opening your eyes. So this next one we're gonna take, you're gonna bring your feet about, we're gonna take breath of fire in this pose. You're gonna bring your feet about mat distance, and then option 1, which is really like option 10, is you're gonna come down into like a squat here, okay? This is kind of a glute class. Hands are gonna come behind the ankles, and then arms are inside the legs. As your pelvis goes forward, your heart, is your pelvis, your hips go back, heart comes forward. This isn't for everyone. You're like, no thanks, I can't do this, no problem. You can use blocks and put your hands on blocks. You can also put your elbows on your knees, okay? All 3 of these variations are awesome. So just think about, we wanna get a squat in our lower body, and then either heart lowers, right? Any of these variations are great. And then it's breath of fire. Okay, and we're here for about a minute. That's our theme. Okay, so get in your position. If you're coming low, make sure your butt isn't higher than your heart, and you'll feel it when you're in that spot that you're like, whew, here I am. You know, you're working a little bit even before we get going. Breath of fire, 1 minute. Last 20 seconds, keep going. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Reach your chest forward. Hold at the top. And then exhale, bow, forward fold. You can keep your feet wide or walk your feet so they're hip distance. Bend your knees so your belly is on your thighs. And then you can catch opposite elbows for ragdoll. Simply be and breathe into your back line. 5 breaths. Last big breath in. Long exhale. Great, set your palms down on your mat. Step back into tabletop. And we're actually gonna come to lay on our back. So have a block nearby. If you don't have a block, no problem. You could always use a rolled up blanket or a towel in lieu of a block, if you wanna use that instead. So we're gonna take bridge pose with a block between our inner upper thighs. It's a great way to engage the inner line, the adductors. They also help support the stabilizing muscles that connect to the spine. So you're gonna take your block, and on the second width, or the narrowest width, depending on your hip spread, okay, you're gonna set that block between your inner thighs, more towards your groin than your knees, okay? And then take your hands, make sure you can skim your heel bones, and then press your palms down, bridge your hips up towards the ceiling, okay? And this first one, we're gonna work with squeezing the block. So take a full breath in. Exhale, squeeze your block, really hug, isometric, hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then inhale, gently relax, hold the block, but don't squeeze. Take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze the block, really isolate. Hug the block with everything you have. And then relax. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, squeeze the block with everything you have. Press your heels down. As you squeeze, bridge your hips a little higher. And then relax, loosen your grip. Okay, 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your block. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold. And then relax. Last one like this. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your block with everything you have. Hug, 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 hug. Bridge your hips a little higher. Press down through your heels and the outer edge of your foot. Great, and then this time as you relax, lower your hips down to the ground, take your block, set it aside. You can bring your feet together knees wide or knees together feet wide, hands on your belly, take a couple breaths. Okay. We're gonna do one more thing with our block between our thighs and bridge. This is one of my least favorite things to do, and it is so good for your hamstrings. It's such a great hamstring strengthener, kind of like the hovering tabletop we did, but on a different plane, okay? So, hug your block, hands on the ground, bridge your waist up. For this one, you can bring, if you have the accessibility, your shoulders underneath your torso, hands make a fist, and then your hands here act like a little tripod between the shoulders and the fist to give you a little bit more support. If that's not accessible, you can grab the outer edges of your mat and pull your mat wide right to left. I find that also helps, okay? Squeeze your block with everything you got, press down through your left foot, And then lift your right leg up off the ground. Now, you should be able to look down the line of your abdomen. Knees are level. So your knees ideally are level. You can see your toes. 2 more breaths here. Take a full inhale. Squeeze your block. Lift your hips as you exhale. 1 more. Take a big breath in. Squeeze your block. Lift your hips. And then lower your right foot down to the ground. Stay in bridge. Keep your booty lifted. Keep both feet off. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your booty lifted is what I should just say. Okay, and we're gonna go to the other side. Not there long, you don't need to be there long. A couple of breaths is enough. Hug your block, press down through your right foot and your hands. Really use everything touching the ground. And then lift your left foot. Look down the line of your abdomen. Hips, knees should be about level, okay? Reach through your toes. Press down through everything and then lift your hips a little higher. Just 2 more breaths. Take an inhale. Stay, squeeze your block as you exhale. 1 more, big breath in. Hug and hold as you exhale. Great, lower your foot down to the ground. Inhale once in bridge, lift your hips a little higher. And then exhale, release your hands, lower your hips. Take the block out of the way. We're not going to do that again with the block. Knees together, feet wide, or feet together, knees wide. Hands can come to your belly. Take a couple full breaths. So I find, especially if you sit at a desk, as I do, it's really great to express through the chest, the back body. So strengthening as well as lengthening to create spaciousness and ease for all the things we do during the rest of our day. Okay, everyone bend your knees, take your feet on the ground. And now you're just gonna wash your knees side to side. So you'll take your knees over to one side and then up and then over to the other side. Okay, a couple times. And then the next time your knees go to the right, you're gonna leave them there, okay? Couple options with your arms. Option 1, you can bring your arms wide like airplane wings. Option 2, it might feel good to bring your arms up overhead. And then you're giving yourself this nice full body stretch from your hip up your arm, into your armpits. And then close your eyes. We're gonna take 4-part breathing here. So 4-part breathing, we inhale, hold, exhale, hold, all for 4 counts. Ideally, it's done through the nose, okay? Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Seal your lips, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Take a big breath in, big breath out. And then guide your legs over to the opposite side. Okay, and same thing over here. We'll take 4-part breath. Okay, full inhale. And exhale. And then here we go, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Next time you inhale, bring your knees up through center. So we're gonna come either into seated meditation or corpse pose. So if you'd prefer to stay on your back, you'll extend your arms and your legs, palms come up, and then simply soften into corpse pose, Shavasana. If you would prefer to be in a meditation, come up, take a comfortable seat. And if you're coming into meditation, we'll take Gyan Mudra. Your fingertips touch your index finger and your thumb, okay? And then, depending on how you're feeling, if you want more grounding, you'll take the mudra face down on your thighs. If you want more levity, this is the symbol of reception, so you'll have palms up. So it just depends on what you need right now. So take a moment to assess how you would like to place your palms in Gyan Mudra, the mudra for consciousness. And then everyone soften into your breath, relax. Give yourself these last few moments to absorb the practice. This is the most important piece of your practice. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. And then wherever you are, you'll bring one hand to your heart and the other palm on top of it. We'll end as we opened, so with one sound of Om to seal in our practice together. Take a full breath in. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Have a good rest of your day.